Welcome to another episode of Roll or Die. We have a repeat guest for you today. Previously on episode 194, he was actually our highest rating podcast guest. So we're hoping that he is going to do the same again this time round. He is a black belt at his new club now, Supreme Art Jiu-Jitsu, and he is Augusto Cursino. Thanks for joining us, Augusto.
Gus, thank you so much. You guys who invited me again. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank
Always
you.
is so funny conversation. We had a good chat.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always great having you on. I listened to your first podcast that you did on Roll or Die, episode 194. I really enjoyed it. Since then, there's been a lot happening in your world. So, as Kim mentioned, you've got a new gym, but you've also been on a whole bunch of super fights and including CJI trials. So, what I'd really like to know, Augusto, is your super fight mentality. We were sort of talking before, like you come up against some very, very big people. Like you're 100 kilos, you're a big man yourself, but you never say no to a match. You always go out there. It doesn't matter the size of the person, skill level of the person. You're always going to be saying yes. Can you tell us about that mentality, just to say yes and get it out there?
Yes, 100%. Like for me, my biggest focus always is about the legacy. So because I don't like to choose too much my opponents. For example, like that guy is so good, it's better I avoid him and look that one is new black belt. Maybe it's a little bit easier for I face. Nah, I think if you want to be between the big names, you have to face the big names. Like for some things, I think my mind is still a little bit old school. Other things, it's a little bit new generation. Like, and always I fall in a big names, for example, Bochecha, Leandro Lô, Rodolfo Vieira, this type of guys. And I always watch these guys. They never say no for anyone. And I want to build in one really good legacy, just not just about my name, but for the future, for be an example to my students, and be brave. And always I will be ready for anyone, even like for gi and no gi is the same. If you see like the new generation now, many people just training gi or just training no gi. So and oh, I'm particular. I prefer much more gi than no gi. But for me, as a fighter, as today for me this is my professional, I should be ready for anything, anyone. Doesn't matter how big he is, how is his game. Like always I'm training pretty hard to make sure when I'm getting there, I put my game on him, and he should play my game, not I play his game. Like I know the guys is pretty strong sometimes, but I'm a bit strong as well to face the guys. And other thing in my division that I think helped me a lot is my guess sometimes. Like always I put a lot of focus, because when you see like the ultra heavy, the super heavy guys, generally the gas is not too good. The guys put too much confidence just in a stretch, like, and try smash. And when they start to move, I can feel the guys start get a little bit more weak, a little bit more slow. And sometimes that is my time to finish the fight.
You mentioned before we press record that you'd come into some of these fights with a few injuries. What are these injuries?
Yeah, it's true. Like a couple of months ago, one day after the last fusion that I fought for the belt against Duke, I fought on Friday, and Saturday morning I was training, and like I was training with one girl. She's pretty light, I think around 50 something kilos, and I'm start burning ball her. When I'm getting under, I like put the pressure on my neck, and I hear like a little noise, a crack, and I feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's fine. But on Sunday, when I wake up, I get one nervous pinching, because I have the hernia in all my lower back discs, and one of that get inflammation and start pinching my sciatic. And when I wake up, I couldn't touch my knees for like over than 2 months. And I'm start take a lot of painkillers, so strong painkillers, and start moving, stretch. But after 2 months, 2 3 months, I'm start get one really good chiropractor, and he helped me a lot with my mobility, and now I'm start feeling much better. And 1 week before the CGI as well, I was training. When I start back training, I was in an open mat and I make one grip on the guy knee and I dislocate my thumb and I put it back by myself straight away, because if you wait or go to the hospital, your body gets cold for bring one bone back. It's so
Yeah.
painful, I prefer put back by myself and start put a tape and keep training. But for a couple of days after, like 3 or 4 days, I couldn't train because my hand was so swollen, and like on top it was purple, the palm was like a little bit green and purple, like everything was so swollen. And it's not excuse, like never, if I'm decided to step getting, it's because I'm feeling confident enough, like I never will use this as a excuse and what's happened in the fight. But if you watch the fight, like sometimes I try use my hand to make some grips and I couldn't, because I try to use my forearm to make the grips. Even like during the fight, that is once I get the chance to get his back, but like, even the guy who was commenting, he say like, maybe now is the time for Augusto get the back. When I start going, feeling my lower back and I posture again and let it go, But it is what it is. Everything didn't happen. He got my back. He don't have, but he got my back in the end of the fight. Like it was for sure. He did a pretty good job. He was ready for that. And my guess as well wasn't too good for that fight because I wasn't training too much. But as I said before, it's not an excuse. Never, never. Everything that happened there was because I decided to fight, is because I'm feeling ready and feeling good, like he did a pretty good job. But for who watch, was a really good movements. They attack foot each other, and
Yeah.
like 2 times I got his heel and a heel hook, and when I'm start spinning, I hear like his heel like crack 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 crack, but he doesn't tap. And after I got one toho and I hear again the noise, and I look to his face, I'm just think, why you don't tap, man? Tap, please. But now my injury is much better. My thumb is still a little bit swollen, like, if I don't know if you guys can see,
Yeah.
it's still a little bit bad,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's much better, like the big states. I'm just tied it up and I couldn't fight much better. My back was much better as well in the big states.
Yeah.
And always, as you guys know, if you want to fight on a higher level, always you have some injuries. If you're training pretty hard, always there is something bad on your body. If you go to the wards, for example, in a BJF, and start to ask for the black belts before the fight, say, man, are you 100%? Never. I can bet with you here, never the fighters will be 100%. But this makes the difference, between what I think, between the higher levels and other people around it. And always, I avoid to fight because my finger is swollen, my neck don't feeling pretty well. There is many people like that, but it's not wrong. But it's people and people.
Yeah. It's something that you have to manage. My thumb is the same. It's like it shouldn't be that way. My wife turned around one day as we're sitting on the couch and she's like, "Your thumb is really bad." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I heard it like 9 months ago." So yeah, thumbs get in the way, and mine was the same too, Augusto. It was a knee that was coming through, so it kind of bent it back the wrong way, right? Can you tell us about your thoughts on? So you're a gym owner, and we'll touch on that for sure, like a little bit later. But can you tell us your thoughts on somebody competing for the first time? Like, do you think that competition is something that people should try? Do you think competition is for everyone, at least once? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, as I say for my students, like I think, as I said before, one thing really important is example. Like about there, it's not just it's because I love to compete, I love to fight, but I want to be example. And as you guys know, like the gym is pretty new. We don't even have 1 year yet, and we have a lot of white belts and new white belts. For example, the big states, we had many students with like 3 months, 4 months, 6 months of jiu-jitsu, And I say the guys, man, jump straight in. And the guys sign up, start check the other guys in the bracket, and the guys coming to me, Augusto, the guys have 2 years as competitor. Like I saw that, man. Just go and do your best and enjoy that feeling. And once, like in we last big states, we had 14 competitors representing the gym, and we got 14 medals. Was really good result for a new gym.
Awesome.
If you check the male gi by the gyms there, we got the 8th spot.
Brilliant.
Like doing 36 gyms, I think, for one gym with less than 1 year open was really good results. And but I try encourage the students, just not who train for competitor, but we have many guys who train just as a health style for self-defense, because when you compete is not just about fight. For example, one guy then work with business. Jiu-jitsu help a lot with the mental health and everything. When you compete, like for sure that help much more as well. Like you have to learn how to control your emotions. You test your skills, then it's pretty good as well. And yeah, always I try be example, and I try make sure the guys once had that feeling, then for me is better than any drugs. I think like I imagine them. So it's better than any other feeling. When you get in, all the emotions start coming to you. Sometimes you don't know what you do. You think, what I'm doing here, why I'm here, I don't need this. And 2 minutes after, you think, now I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna smash him. And after, again, no, but why? I can be at home now, taking my coffee, watching TV, and 2 minutes after, your head go like up and
Yeah.
down, up and down. And this feeling for me is so good. And always I say to students, this is the hardest part, because fight, it's easier than the training at the gym, because at the gym you train with higher belts, heavy people, light people, old people, young. And when you go fight your division, is the same belt, the same age, the same weight. Então,
Yeah.
so it's much easier. The only thing that you have to think about is the mental, like before you step in. And that feeling, it's everyone have to feeling once in the life. And once you try and you have that feeling, you like, that's it. You're gonna still competing for like many years for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, so how do you go then at your gym now, being a newer gym where there's mostly white and blue belts? For you in your training, getting ready for competition, how do you manage that when most of your training partners are lower ranked to you?
Yeah, this is a good point, because like now the gym is new. I'm pretty busy with the gym. I can't go away to train, like make the other gyms training. And always I use my students to help me in the sparring for sure. But as I said before, my jiu-jitsu is a little bit old school. Like one thing that I use as an example to my students is, for example, if you want to building a big building, your base should be strong. Basic things. Because if you try go up without make your base strong, the building go down pretty easy. Like if you watch my fights, my game is pretty basic. Like even the last the last big states, I got, for example, one wrist lock from side control, and one real neck choke from the back, one collar choke, and one kimura. Like pretty basic things. And it's what I teach for my students, like pretty basic stuffs. But imagine you do one pretty basic thing million times. And you know what's happened when you arrive there. You are be ready for all the reactions that the guy do. Like, and I remember Roger Grace when he won the division open class I don't know if I'm wrong, but 2008, I think 20 something like that. Man, he get in, got the takedown, get the mount, cross collar grip, and choke everyone. He
Yeah.
did 10 fights. He tapped 9 people on the same position. Imagine how many times he did that for sharp, like that's good, and everyone knew what he gonna do, and he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I say to my students, like, let's drilling. We do million drills at the gym, like we get one position and start to work like many options that can happen around there. For example, close guard. What can happen from the close guard? The guy put the hand here, there, try do this, try do that. For everything, we have action and reaction. If this happen, we do this. If he's dead, that. If that. Now let's drilling all the options. And for like over than 2 weeks, we just specific from the same position. One trying open, other one try attack and sweep, and boom, 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 boom. And once you sharp that, that's it. You be ready to face anyone, like. And from there, you start the next step. And after that, next step, and go slow, but we work a lot of specific positions, and for me it's pretty good as well, because I have a I don't know what's happened with the gym here, man, but most of people that cross the door is over than 190 kilos. A lot of big guys here training with us. Sometimes we have some small guys as well, like 70, something like that. Always the guys look to me, oh, so all the big ones, serious? I say, yeah, man. I don't know. I think always the gym will looks like a little bit like the coaches here, and the big boys coming here to visit and stay and do trials. But it's funny, like we have many big boys, but like always my game and my students always we try work like specific things, basic things. Now we start last 2 weeks, we start with advanced classes, and we start sharpening a little bit more like uh, the positions a little bit more advanced, and everyone's really happy with that. We start to work some heel hooks here as well now. The people love that. I don't know why.
I don't, I don't know why either, mate. So now that you've done, like probably the first main competition when you've had students, so coming into the Vic Champs, you've done that. How did you go finding coaching on the day and then competing as well on the day? How did you find that?
Man, always I pray for the for the guys put the black belts in the morning, because always I love like to get in, fight, and after I'm free to coach,
Yeah.
but it's really hard when the guys do that. But yeah, as I told you, like now I have a little bit more experience, like I can keep myself a little bit more calm. I get much more nervous when I see my students fighting. 100%, my hands get so sweat, and my t-shirt sometimes is so cold. You look at my t-shirt, like so wet. But when I'm go fight, I just need like 20 minutes before, like I warm up a little bit, keep quiet. I hate before I fight, people start talk with me, because I like to keep like quiet, focus. When I'm getting, always I think about that is my medal. People try stealing my medal. I don't let no one get my medal. And man, sometimes I'm with my earphone, I'm quiet there, and someone coming to me, what? Why, man? I say, man, like I don't like be rude, but sometimes I say, man, now is not time for we chat. After that's fine, we can chat, we can laugh, we can have a dinner together. But before my fight, like half hour before, keep me alone, keep me quiet. But for me, the hardest part for sure is coach. Like I'm get so nervous always. I prefer like see my students be a champion than I sometimes. Like because as I say, I don't need prove nothing for anybody, and there is some students that just starting like getting in this world, competing, and I really, really want to see my students happy, like seeing everything working, everything happen. And like it's hard, but I love that. I love to coach, I love to help people. Sometimes I even coach some friends then from other gyms, and I look around, no one help, and like, I'm there, I'm just start helping.
And so tell us a bit more about Supreme, about how it started and how that all came about.
Yeah, Supreme, like what's happened is before I live in Clyde, I don't know if you guys remember when we did the last podcast, we was in Clyde, and I'm trying to open one gym there, but I have some trouble to open the gym. Was the gym was already set up there, but I have to shoot some troubles to get the permits and everything, and I have it to close before open. And I was like so sad. And one day I'm arriving at the old gym where I trained there, and I was like start to warm up, and one friend on the mat told me like, Alice want to open the gym as well. And like she won, it was a dream, but she was like, I don't know what to do, blah blah blah. And Luana, my wife, she was in a changing room, and she spoke with her on the same time. Both of them spoke about the same thing in the changing room. And once she get on the mat, I'm look to her and say, hey, Alex Barreto told me you have a plan to open one gym, blah blah blah. And she told me, Luana say the same, blah blah blah. And we start a chat, and let's have a gym and talk about. And we start talking, like let's make it happen. Yeah, and just happen. We two have a dream, and we try put together and start building, but it's hard. It's really hard to run a gym. Many things to think about, and I want to keep fighting on the same time. Sometimes it's hard for I put the focus on my training, because when I'm rolling, always I have to keep the eyes around. We have many white belts, and you guys know how is the white belts around. Sometimes you just start to hear the screams, and it's hard. Sometimes I look around, I see the guys connected, the heel hook each other in a white belt. Hey, stop. Oh, but I saw this yesterday on YouTube. Say, no, man, stop, please. Crazy things happen all the time, and like run the business as well. Everything's pretty new for me. I never had nothing as a business. And this was good because Alice already had some experience, and this helped, like a lot for sure. And I have a little bit more experience as a coach, and like I'm stay more on this side, and she stay more on the other side, and we complete each other. But it's a big challenge for sure.
In the first podcast you did, you were talking about your family wanting you to study, and they weren't, very supportive of you doing jiu-jitsu and that sort of thing. But to look at now, you're in a country like Australia. You've done very, very well for yourself. You're super accomplished in the sport, and now you're a business owner, and it's a successful gym. How do your family feel now, mate? Like, are they aware of like how well you've done?
Yeah, man, like now they like so proud, they so happy. But I understand, like both of them work so hard when they was young. They come from a really, really, really poor, like it's like a farm. They don't have opportunity to study, just work. Since my dad worked since he like 8 years, something like that. And he worked on a farm, and he did many things. And always when I started gray up, and my dad looked to me and he said like, you have to study. I doesn't have the opportunity to study. You have to study, you have to study. But I don't know if I have some. I never did any test, but I can't really. I try many times put the focus to study, but I don't know. Like I'm started reading something. 2 minutes after I see myself looking around, look to the fly around, the fly, the window, and like, no, let's put the focus. 2 minutes after I look to the water around, the water, look at that. Then I don't know. The only thing that I can put the focus is jiu-jitsu. I don't know why. I don't know. Like if you show me one position, then I like the position. You show me once, I never will forget again. Never, never. But now my parents like so proud. Now they start to understand, like for example, sport can be a work.
Yeah,
Before for them, like sport is just like a hobby.
yeah.
If you want to train, yeah, you train, but you have to work, like blah 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 blah. And now they understand that we can live by sport, like the times is different, everything changed, and they so proud. Like my dad, I still have some medals, some trophy in Brazil, and everyone who go to my house, my mom say my dad bring everyone to my old bed and say, hey, look, this medals from my son here. He's a fighter, and he start show my Instagram videos, my fights. He's a killer. He smash everyone.
That's awesome.
That's great. That's great. You mentioned on the last podcast as well that you would go to English class and then sleep in English class, that most of your learning you did on the street. So it must be the same for you then in everything, that you pick up your skills not in a formal learning environment. Would you say
Yeah,
that's how you learn
yeah.
informally?
Like few days ago, I was talking with Alice about like English and like stuffs like that, and she say now she can hear. Sometimes I say some words like really, really Aussie accents, because I'm learning here. I'm learning on the street, and like it's a little bit funny because one day I don't remember what I said, like, and she looked to me, and your accent is like this word is pretty Aussie. I think was good because I had some friends and they arrive in Australia. They already speak English, but from America or other country, and they say it's pretty hard to arrive and understand the Aussie people here because of the accent. It's pretty hard. But for me, like I'm learning here. So for me, I think was fine.
How do you find that there's obviously a lot of Brazilians now in Melbourne and in Australia? How do you find the Brazilian guys sticking together? Is it like, do most of you like sort of get along really well? Like, because being away from home, like you need local support. You know what I mean? Like if people from a certain country go to a different country, we all try and stick together as much as we can. But how do you find it, mate? Like, when you first came over, was there a good support network for you?
Man, I think now I will be a little bit polemic. But it's true. Brazilian people, there is two type of Brazilian people. There is people who help each other a lot. I was blessed because many people then I start get close. People try help me and try like care myself and everything. But the problem of Brazilian, not all, no, but some Brazilian people is like they want to see you good, but not better than them. You know,
Yeah.
and like you arrive and imagine, for example, I'm just use example. I'm arriving here. I'm here 6 years already. And tomorrow start arrive then a new guy here and I meet him and we start to be a friends, and if I have the opportunity to help him with something good, I
Yeah.
will do that,
Yeah.
like for because I did many things wrong or hard way, and now I know like the easiest ways for some things. But there is some Brazilian people then thinking like, nah, if I pass it hard times, this guy have to pass hard times as well,
Great.
like,
Yeah.
man. And here in Melbourne, I saw this a lot around, a lot, like. But I always stay close to a really good Brazilian people, like then give me a support and try help. And always as well, like once I start feeling that style, I already stay away, I say,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine or good.
Yeah.
But one thing then I think about myself is I try help maximum people I can, like it's not because I want to help you, because if I help you tomorrow, you have to help. I don't think about yourself. I think about myself. I believe a lot on that. Everything then you do will come to you back. Like goes away, come away always. If I do something bad for you, man, I don't know if it will be tomorrow, 1 week, 1 month, but one day will come back to me.
Yeah.
Like about that by myself, I try always help everyone around me.
I think that's a human thing, not just a Brazilian thing, mate, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's a human thing. Some people really want to help and lift people up, and then some people want to help a little bit, but make sure the other people don't get better than them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Happen a lot.
yeah.
What's next for you, Augusto? What's coming up?
Like yesterday night, I was watching the what the name? The new federation here is a Victoria.
Yeah, the VBBJL or
VJC.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw there is one guy in a ultra heavy as well. He's a big guy in an adult register. And I think on this federation, black belts don't need to pay.
Yeah.
And maybe between today and tomorrow, I will register myself. And let's see how it's going, everything.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm going to fight next Sunday. But I
Awesome.
think my biggest focus now will be the nationals and the VIXTE in the Pumpex.
Yeah.
But as soon I get my visa, I want to start going for the big ones around the world. Like I want to try like Pan, the Europe, the World's Master, the Asian, the try the big events around the world.
Yeah. World Masters would be amazing. Like if you could get there. The Roll or Die team are going this year, so we're like super excited about that. But the World Masters, I think you would fit in perfectly over there, mate, for sure.
Yeah, man, I had many plans for this year. Like, for example, the Asian, we already had to book everything, was like everything ready for me and my wife to fighting. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we had some problems with our visa and we can't leave the country since as soon we get the results of the visa.
Yeah.
And like everything's depend of the government can take 6 months a year.
Yeah.
So I'm just have to wait. Like I'm not
Yeah.
complaining about that. If this is the
Yeah.
way I have to do. Like I just want my residency here for after
Yeah.
I get my citizenship and one day maybe try the ADCC trials as well.
Yeah, for sure. Is there somebody who you would love to compete against? Like, whether it's, someone like Hodger, like, would you, or somebody who's competing, internationally at the moment? Is there somebody who you would be like, I would love to compete against them? Not just to beat them, but the experience.
100%. Like every big name around the world I would like to face. Like I'm a fan of many guys around and if I have the opportunity, like but I think I'm a little bit old to fight the adults guys, like the new generation, the guys is flying really higher level. Like maybe I'm still in a master. Sometimes I'm jumping in the adults, but for example, for Europe, words, I think I'm not in that level. Like my body can hold that level of fight anymore. I think. But anyone, as I say, like I don't like to choose, but everyone around the world and have a good titles, have a good history with jiu-jitsu. 100%, I would like to share them. Even here in Australia, there is a big names, big guys here who I already shared the mat, and for me it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Like doesn't matter what's happened during the fight, but was really good to share the mat with the guys.
You'll have to just keep beating up the local people then until you can get your visa and go overseas to do it. It's funny, I notice as well sometimes in even the big tournaments, there's more black belts registered and masters than there is in adults now. And that might be because most black belts are over 30 anyway. I think unless you start jiu-jitsu very young, most people are over 30 by the time they get their black belt, yeah?
Yeah, like even if you see here in Australia, for example, like the jiu-jitsu start the last podcast we was talking about that, remember, like the jiu-jitsu start gray up a lot here. If you see now, the most of the black belts, I think it's master in Australia, but many of them still fighting adults. But for me, my opinion, the biggest names in Australia is still between the masters, like if you see the results, the quality of the guys fighting, even the CGI. Did you see that? Like the guys from here, the Australia, real Australia, that was fighting.
Mm.
Most of them was over 30.
Yeah.
30, yeah.
Yeah. Kit Dale nearly won
Mhm.
it. He's nearly 40.
39, yeah.
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 They like he did a really good job there. I was watching him like fighting there. Was nice. Like there is many other names here around Australia. For example, Bobby was fighting the CGI as well. Is one guy. Then since I'm arriving here in 2019, I was watching him fighting, and like I like look to him as an example because I see he doing the same thing that I try to do. Like always be ready to fight in gi, no gi. He always face anyone then come to him, like big super fights or events around. I never saw him like choosing who he's gonna fight. He just go and do his best, like then many other guys. But he's a good example, like it's pretty good. And you see him is good with everyone. He's a friend of everyone. Like he always is laughing, pretty good guy.
And
Yeah.
also he
You're,
has his
you're
own
the
gym
same.
too now. He has
Mhm.
also one purpose. So like yourself, he
Yeah.
coaches as well as competes. Yeah. 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 Sorry, Brentos.
You're the same. No, that's right. You're the same too, Augusto. Like I see you around the mats. I see you at super fights, and you are always the friendliest guy, mate. Like I always come and say hello, but you're always super welcoming to anybody who's around. So you do sit that you do find that perfect role model of hey, when my headphones are on, leave me alone, but other than that, come over and have a chat and have a hug and all those sorts of things. So it is a really good thing to see, mate.
Yeah, 100%, like so this is me, many
Yeah,
people when look me around like before the fight, because many people watch me to fights and see me before to getting, always like people say, nah, you was with a really bad face. And but I'm a fun guy. Always I like to talk shit and laughing. If one day you guys come to visit the gym, the
yeah,
open mat, for example, always I'm dancing on the mat with the music,
yeah,
playing around. I love that vibe.
yeah,
And this is me, like, I mean, for me, no one is more than anyone, doesn't matter about who is or who is that or what that guy won. Or, I mean, if not because you win this or won that, you are more than other people around, like, always I try to be friendly, I try to be nice because I'm this,
yeah,
Yeah.
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 We love it.
Augusto, what's a typical day look like for you? Last time on the podcast, as we said, you didn't yet have your own academy. So how has things changed for you? What's a normal day look like now?
Yeah, now like I'm still pretty busy because we have classes every day and I run most of the classes at the gym every day. Now the privates at the gym start growing up a lot. And every day I go to the gym, pull some weights, do my conditioning. I always try to recover as soon I can, always when I can I try work a little bit on my recover. And I'm still at the gym every day until 8, 8:30, almost 9. And I wake up so early sometimes. For example, tomorrow you wake up 3:30 a.m., drive my wife to work, drop her, then drive straight away to the dairy much to pull some weights, do my conditioning and sauna, and I come back, get home, eat something, drop, and tomorrow I think I have three privates, and after I have the lunch class, after I have one break with 3 hours, and after kids class, and after fundamentals class, and after advanced class, like really busy, and I finish now for luck. I live in front of the gym, like the literally like opposite side of the gym, this save me a lot of time. I'm just cross the street and get home, and just get in, eat something, take a shower, and try sleep straight away for wake up early another day again.
Yeah.
Sometimes people look and say, I would like had that life, live by jiu-jitsu, but people don't know how hard is that as well.
Yeah. How do you find eating? So throughout the day, like you mentioned, you go home and eat. How do you find getting enough fuel into your body throughout the day? Like, are you preparing meals on Sunday for the week, or like how are you doing that sort of stuff?
Yeah, this is one really funny point because, man, I don't cook nothing at all, like I'm blessed. I have an angel at home, like, and she do everything for us. The meals, the this about the food. If you ask anything to me, man, you talk with wrong person. Luana cook everything to me. Like she always check the quantity of food and the meals. And during the weekend, she prepare our food for the week and keep all the meals ready. And we just pick from the fridge, put in a microwave, and that's it. My only job is warm up, open, and eat. That's it.
Perfect. They say behind every good man there's a good woman, so that is the case
100%.
for you, I think, very much. I think we are almost out of time, Augusto. Thank you so much for giving up your time. Something we do now with that podcast we didn't do last time is Brendos has a little bit of a pop quiz for you, just some quick questions at the end.
Yeah,
Let's do
All
it.
right, mate. You can answer these with one-word answers, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, feel free to do that, mate. But we'll start with this one: iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone for sure.
Beautiful. Strength or flexibility?
Strength.
Pasta or rice?
Pasta.
Ooh, good. Guard pull or takedown?
Take down for sure.
Steak or chicken?
Steak.
Good man. What's your favorite belt that you've had?
Purple, I think, was
Oh,
what.
another one.
I think that's got to be the number one belt. Yeah, nearly everyone says that belt. Yeah, why? Why for you, Augusto? It's the same for me. Why?
Yes, like change my real game when I decided leave, and I had the dream to leave for jiu-jitsu. And when really start competing, was in a purple belt. I won the Brazilian National, São Paulo Open, the Sul-Americano. I went to the Chile, and I'm start really feeling like I want to live by jiu-jitsu. My dream start after my purple. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just after purple, you really start to understand about jiu-jitsu.
What division were you in when you were at purple belt?
Super heavy, under
Oh
100.
wow. Yeah. Okay.
Always I
Um.
say like between just when I was white belt, because between white and blue, I started to fight MMA as well. And always I keep my weight around 85, 86 to drop to 77. But after that, when I'm stopped the idea about MMA, I'm just go up and stay between heavy and super heavy, because always I like to fight the open class.
Yeah.
Once when you are light to fight open class, it's really hard.
Yep.
It helps. Huh?
Yeah.
um. Now with your learning for you, do you like private instruction or online instructionals? So for you to learn.
I think I use both.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
It's hard to choose one.
Who is the jiu-jitsu goat for you?
Where?
Who's the goat? So
The
in the
greatest of
gi,
all time.
who's the greatest of all time in the gi?
When was the grace?
No,
No, so no,
who do you name as being the greatest jiu-jitsu athlete ever?
Ever.
Yeah, in the gi.
In gi, I think there is many names that I can say here, but I'm between two really hard. is Bochecha or Roger, but maybe Bochecha.
Mate, they're both avid listeners of the podcast, so I'm sure they'll hear it, mate. So
Yeah.
Roger will be messaging you. All right, mate. I've got two more for you. These will define you as a person. They'll define you as an honorary Australian as well, mate. So, can you drive a manual car?
Yeah.
Tick that box. Perfect. And do you wear Crocs?
Yeah.
You're half Australian.
I just missed one VB here. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, who
perfect.
knows? Maybe when we get you back on again for a third time, Augusto, you might have that Australian citizenship, and you can
hope
do the
so.
next
God willing.
podcast with a VB in hand. So yeah.
Think inside the shoes.
Yes, yeah. So we'll have this episode out in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much once again for giving up your time. If you could share it just like you did last time, whatever you did last time was amazing because our listenership has grown heaps. So thank you again. And
Nice.
all the best for all your future endeavors, both in your club and your own competitive journey.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, you guys, for the opportunity again. Always a pleasure to be here. And I just would like to say before we finish here, if you have a dream, believe on your dream. It's hard sometimes. It's pretty hard, but keep it going, And other thing is, if you want to prove something to someone, stop to talk, just do it, because many people try say around, then I'm good or this or that. Don't put your focus on other people, put the focus on yourself. Look to yourself before you talk about other people, and believe in whatever you believe. That, like, doesn't matter your religion or if you believe in God or not. In my case, I believe a lot, and always I put all my focus in something bigger than everything, than myself, and this helped me a lot. Be blessed. And yeah, and the only sentence that I would like to say for the last is, the maths never lie.
Mate, you're a man of your word. You're a man of integrity. You're a man of honor, and it's been a pleasure to have a chat with you, mate. I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you to everyone who listened to this one. This was an awesome conversation, Augusto. We really appreciate it. To everybody out there, just remember, please, if you can, hit that like button, share as much as you can, because this is a good one. Other people around the jiu-jitsu world will enjoy listening to this one. Thank you to Athletic Body Care who are sponsoring the show, and to everybody else. We appreciate you guys listening. Thank you, Kim, for grabbing Augusto. This is an awesome conversation. I've loved it. You're a very, very nice man. I appreciate you every time I see you out on the mats. And then when you're coming off, you've always been very, very kind and generous with your time to me, mate. So thank you for that. And we will see everybody else on the next episode of Roll or Die. Peace out.
Well, thank you so much, guys.